Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 7 of Barely Surviving. I am Dr. John Bear. Woo! And let's get going with today's episode. So you may remember in the last episode that I said I needed to pick up some slime, and we didn't need to finish off the farm because we would no doubt pick up enough slime in between episodes. So I have got enough slime in between episodes, and that means that we are going to be able to craft up a couple of sticky pistons, get our flying machine on the go, and that means that we are going to have automated sugarcane farm by the end of this episode, which is splendiferous doodle-dars. The other thing that I just want to quickly show you before we go and play along with that is, look, we've got loads of villagers, and, ooh, there's 2 white coats growing up. And I noticed another baby one. Ooh, hang on. Apparently my keyboard thing's fallen over. Let's go in here and have a look at what the other white coat is. What's the other white coat? I mean, I might have traded with him. I can't really remember. So that's a cartographer. Is that our librarian? That's the librarian. And I thought there was a third. Apparently I'm hallucinating. But the other good thing as well is we have, I think we've got a farm, we've got a shepherd, so I suppose we could trade wool. And 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, there is 3. Right, what are you? Ooh, he's the librarian. Fire aspect, oh, I have traded with him. Fire aspect, he's got fire aspect, curse of binding, great, and blast protection 1. So not great, but never mind. So those are the villagers. These are just going to keep breeding up over the course of the episode, so by the end of this episode we will have tons of them, so I think next episode is going to be doing something to sort that out. But yeah, let me gather all the resources that I need, and I will pull you back once I'm ready to go over there. The other thing I wanted to say as well is I've pulled out all the doors that were in the village, so that isn't going to affect the village. The only doors that are being detected by, or that are in this whole area, are those being detected by the villager that's under there. But cool, let me grab some stuff and I'll pull you back in a sec. Oh, we have some visitors. Oh, we've got more visitors than I thought we did. Hide! Haha, stab him in the face. Where's my bow and arrow? Where is my bow? Let's find that under the cover of darkness. Under the cover of... Let's have a see. Where are they? I can get him. Yeah. In your face. Where's the other one? Where is the other one? I can hear one of them. I don't know where the other one is. Oh, there's the other one. He's lost me. Haha! Oh, there's an enderman over there as well. We need to kill an enderman. Still need ender pearls. We're going to need to find an end fortress at some point. It's almost like that phantom doesn't care. I think he's drunk. Oh, that would have been a great shot. That phantom just doesn't seem to be interested in me. But anyway, never mind. Right, he's gone. So, I've taken... There was a house here. Is that more phantoms? We'll see. Anyway, so we've cleared out this area here, and this spot here is going to be where we build a functional thing. Now, I know we'd created this space, which was where our return station was going to be, but then I thought about it a little bit more. And this can... I only want this to set off and fire and send the... debris, along on its way, but I only want it to do that once. So I want it to, or maybe twice. So I want it to set that off in a direction, and then as that's going off, I want these, because these can only hold 5 stacks, and there is roughly, if I remember rightly, there is roughly a stack of sugarcane going up each of these. So we'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I reckon we could probably get away with 2 minecarts, but we probably need 3, and 3 would be the most efficient. So, if I just fall in here, what we are going to have to do is we are going to have to modify the cart slightly. So we're going to need some more rails, but we're not going to need any more gold, which is nice. But in order to do that, we're going to have to dig down under here to get to where the minecart goes in, and it is there, because we're going to need to access all of the minecarts under here. And I suspected that would be the case. No! Oh. Oh. I might be able to fix this without having to break any water. If I could just get that rail back. My inventory's full. I don't need that. Oh, what an absolute potato I am. And I need to get over there. What an idiot. No, that can't be like that. Because that connects to that. Now we can put that in there. I can't remember how many powered rails we had. So we had... No, that wasn't that. That was redstone block. That was a powered rail. So we need that. And we need that. But not there. So we need to go that. That is correct. That is then returning back to here. This is going to have to change anyway, actually. This whole bit. So I need to work out roughly where halfway is, and then we're going to need to modify this a little bit anyway. But let me do a bit more digging. I'll try, and I will come back to you once I have stopped destroying all our handiwork. Right, so we've got our area cleared off, and what I am going to do now, if I can remember how to do it, is I am going to make the minecart unloader. So, despite the fact that I've got that down there, these actually all need to come off at this level. And each of these is going to have its own separate one. So I've separated them all off into separate tracks. So each of these is going to go up and down 4 times. We're going to have 4 hopper minecarts, and this one is going to have to go up 6 times, but that's fine. If there is any inefficiencies on there, then we'll have to live with it. But that is cool. That torch can come out of there. It doesn't really matter. Oh, no, we don't want to set it on fire. We want to put those down. So that's not to connect to that. That is to connect in this direction. And then this is going to come along here, and then it's going to need to go boom, 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 and then we're going to need some blocks here, and I'm going to need to get up. So theoretically, what it should do is go there, and then it will be a powered rail. There. It's not good. Ah, yes, I remember. So that shouldn't be like that yet, because so it should go round the corner. So that shouldn't be like that. That should be like that. And I'm gonna have to do this. And then we'll place that. And in that case, that might need to be another powered rail as well, which means I am going to have to go and get some gold, and I haven't done that yet. So that, and then if we go block, 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 and then if we go that to go around there, and then place that block there. So what will happen is, if we get our minecart, is on a signal, it'll set off. On a signal, it'll set off. There we are. And get stuck. Right, I can remove that block. And then I'll set off down there, down there, down there. And then whiz up and down, and then come back. Right, so I can remove that block. I can't remove that block, so that can't be the solution. Because none of these blocks I want to remove at all. So this is going to get stuck on its way back. Alright, so it's fine on the way back. It's just not fine going. Right, we might need to go down one more. But anyway, I'll show you in essence what is going to be happening then. So it'll load up into the hopper. We will then take a comparator signal out of the back of... In fact, I need to go back one more block here. So we can take a comparative signal out of the back of that hopper, but we can take it out through this thing here. So I'm going to need... There will then be a block on here. And let me just pull this back here. Might need to go back another 2. So when there are items in this hopper, you'll see that this gives off a signal there, which is cool. But so what we want to do then is we want to take that signal. That signal will go into a block. If we then put a little bit of redstone dust on there, you'll see that that'll be powering that, which then we use to. I can't remember. Let me consult my picture, and I'll pull you back. Right, so I've cleared a bit more space, and I've got my brain farts in order, and that should come out clearly there. Right, so as long as there is nothing in here, and I'm going to need to just quickly, if I power that block, then I will be able to explain a little bit more once this hopper minecart gets back. So whenever it has something in, it will have items in the in its inventory, and if there's stuff going through there, then obviously this will be powered, and when that is powered, it will power this block here, which obviously we're powering right now with a lever. But when this is powering that, when this block's powered, that torch will turn off, and then that torch will power that block directly above it. And when that block directly above it is powered, this redstone dust will light up, which powers this block, which will power this redstone, this powered rail, sending the carts back off on its way, which is great. So that's the basic station and loader. If you want to keep it going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards, fine. But what we want to do is we want to have a master toggle switch for this as well. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to run into this side of this where we've got the lever. We're going to have to have that with a repeater going into the side of it, which will come along from a rail, and we'll have it running along into all of them. And that torch, if we put it up there. So now, and obviously it's only a temporary solution, if we have power running across the whole rail, that's still powering that block, so that torch will be off. So none of the hopper minecarts will go along their merry way. They'll unload into here, which is great, and then what we are going to need to do is have some sort of system to move them all into one chest up in that building, which again might be another building that I pull down and do stuff with. But let me just get all of this built for each one of these sections, and I will pull you back once we are up to date. Right, so we've got this downstairs bit all wired up and good to go then. So as I say, we've got 4 return stations. The only thing that I haven't got sorted at the moment is I haven't got all the minecarts crafted. Let's just quickly do that, and then we can set that up, and it'll be all good to go. So we need right, so we're going to need 2, 3 more hoppers, and then we're going to need 1, 2. Let's just dump some of this stuff so that I've got space for it. We're then going to need 2 more minecarts, and then we're going to need to craft a bunch of them. 3 and 4. And if we just clear off our hotbar, put all of them in there ready to go. You see I've got this little master switch. This is going to feed from the system eventually, but at the moment, if I turn it on, or turn this lever off, should I say, all the systems are primed and ready to go. If I turn it on, it powers each of these blocks, and it just taking the signal out the back of each of those blocks and continuing it all the way along here. So if I just place a hopper minecart on each of those, and theoretically, let's push that back onto there. Theoretically now, if I flick this lever, they should all set off. If I just flick that so that it captures them when they're all back. And these should all go all the way down, all the way back up, and then stay on here to unload their goodies. And this one will obviously be the last in because it's got a little bit further to go. So this one should be back any time now. And yes, that would definitely do it. Well, let's see if it picks up a bit more momentum and manages to get up there this time. Would help if the actual track was there. But that is everything pretty much done underneath. Ideally, as I say, I want to be able to get all of these feeding into one. So what the plan would be to do eventually is, once we've got a decent amount of iron, and we are on slim supplies, is just to put a hopper underneath each of those so that they're all just feeding into a little hopper chest, and then we can have a little item elevator putting them into a sorting system in there. Super, that works. So the next bit is to work on the actual flying machine bit. So that is going to require some of this obsidian. It's not going to require any more rails for now, so we can get rid of that. We're not going to need comparators, but I am going to need repeaters. That can go in there for now as well. Don't need that, don't need that. Actually, I do need a bit of that, and I'm going to need a bit of that. I'm going to need to craft up... what am I missing? Cobblestone. We're going to need 2 pistons. And then once we've got them, we can make 2 sticky pistons. We are going to need, actually, I should probably just replace this. So I don't think it matters if I place blocks there, because we're going to need a little bit of footpath there anyway. So I'm going to need some stuff to go and get some observers as well. Which I believe is... how are we doing for quartz? Bit of quartz, that should be enough to make some observers. Yes, there we are. Last page. 1, 2, 3, 4 is what I need. So I need some more cobble. What am I missing now? Redstone dust. Easy fix. And 1 more. So that's 4 observers, bunch of repeaters. Right, let's go down here and start getting this bit sorted. So the first... Give me 1 second. I'm going to have to just turf this turf this area so I can actually walk around and do the second. I will be just 1 moment. Right, so we've got this area turfed off, and what we need to do... I'm just clearing out some of this sugarcane here, because it is in my way. So, first thing, we need to replace these. We can now swap them all out with these slimes. So that is all of the slimes that we need. I've got the 2 observers and I've got the 2 sticky pistons. But before this sets off on its way, one of the most important things that I need to do, and to be fair, slime blocks don't stick to these, so it's not a massive disaster. So what I might do is I might actually jump up there and set this flying machine along on its way. But it will keep going back to back, so we don't really... actually, it won't go back to back. So what this does is we need to have 1 sticky piston facing not in that direction. It needs to be facing not up. Oh, these... they're not playing cricket. Right, that sticky piston needs to be on that block against that. And then... I think... that goes into there? Other way around. And then... this sticky piston goes on that... excuse me, goes on that block with that on there. And then if we just get out of here, and then we need to, I can't quite remember, not multiplayer, and let's have a look at how to do it in here. Right, and then they go with the smiley face outwards, facing into the thing, and the obsidian block is next to the smiley face. Right. Barely surviving. Sneak peek of what I've been planning today as well. Season 4 bear hunt coming soon. Right, so that needs to be... so if we place that way, and I do that... that is the smiley face pointing in the right direction on that one, and then we need that one in there. So that should be the smiley face pointing in that direction there, which means we need obsidian there. And then obsidian needs to be on this level. So if I just run all the way along here, take out that block there, that is going to be obsidian. That means that is immovable. So it will, theoretically then, what this should do is if we update this, it should just go. So see how well this goes. But it's going. It's going. Let's see if it comes all the way back. Oh no, well, it won't come all the way back. No, but proof of concept work. And then if we go back down to this side and how can we update that? We can set it on fire. So let's put. I should be able to just. I thought I could just do that. No? Well, apparently we need to set fire in front of it. Block down. Set that block on fire. That is updated. And it's going to go back on its way. And then it should stop on this side. Excellent. Now I have noticed a little flaw in the plan. Those are never going to get trimmed, and these ones on this side are never going to get trimmed, so we might as well just pull them up. But that is cool. And then if we go down to under here and send these all on the way, these should all harvest the sugarcane. So let's just... In fact, if we leave this on, you'll see that they'll all stop because they'll all have some stuff. And they'll stop and be unloading it. So if we go to one of these, it's going to be back. There you go. So it is unloading sugarcane going into there. But how much has it got? Oh, it picked up a decent amount. And then when they are unloaded, that one's got tons, but not more than a full capacity, which is nice. Obviously, I picked up some of it. Let's just help this along its way. And when that gets to 0, away the cart goes again, which is perfect. And then all the sugarcane is just in these 4 chests along here. And we can just come down and collect it as we need it. Obviously, it'll get full at some point, but that's not a problem. But if we just power them, and then they won't go back on the way. So that's that. Now, we need to work on the dispatch system. So we want this to set off only when it's night time, only when it gets to daytime. So we only want it to work half of the time. And then we also only want the minecarts to go when it is daytime. But we want a master override switch as well. So, and I think I might have raised this ground a little bit too high. But we will work within our confines that I have dictated for myself. So we only need... My concern is that if I put a block there, am I going to be obscuring that cart? No, not a chance. Let's just quickly set them off on the way anyway, just to make sure. But I think it's not going to make any difference if I have that there. If I had that there... What about that? Is that going to affect it? No! Right, in that case we can have a 4x4 there. Perfect. If need be. I'm not sure we're going to need to. Because the way this is going to get powered is this observer here will set off when that updates. So actually we don't need that block there at all. Which is nice. Put that block there, but we are going to need a redstone signal there. So whenever you get a redstone signal to there, it will be setting off. So how do we get a redstone signal to there? In fact, if it doesn't matter where these are, I might just put this whole thing down here. And then it's all on one level. So, block, 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 block. No, I want to do it like this. So let's place this down. So when it is... That's going to need to go one block further along. So when it is daytime, which it is currently not, so if we set it in nighttime mode, obviously you can see it's giving out a signal. And I see. Excuse me, interrupting my spiel. Let's just get rid of him. Right, back out. So you see, now that it is daytime... Oh, there's a zombie in there as well. Oh, I know where he's spawning. It's spawning on the blocks. Well, that's interesting. We're going to need to do something about that then. Interesting. But now that it's daytime anyway, so the signal coming out of there, we want it to set off when it is daytime. So if we do that, it's all the way back there at the moment, but when this goes to daytime, it means that will power that, and then the... Hang on, I'm going to start that sentence again. It's nighttime. When it comes to daylight, this will emit a redstone signal. Now, it would take the signal out of there, but when it goes to daylight, it emits daylight signal a few times. So the reason that you put a repeater out of there is it then only takes the signal once, because as the light gets more, it emits a stronger and stronger redstone signal. But if you put a repeater there, then it just takes the full signal straight away, so it will only update once. So it takes the signal out of there and runs the redstone along there into that repeater. When that repeater lights up, i.e. when it gets to daylight, the observer that is facing into this will take the signal and it'll set off flying in the opposite direction. Now what we need to do is we need to then take a signal from this side, and I plan on taking it from this block here. And if I just take, in fact it doesn't matter because that was going to come out anyway, and then put some blocks in, and if we go that, I suppose it doesn't matter to have that there, and then that. So when this observes a signal, we need to put a repeater. That's frustrating because I don't want to break this, but never mind. We'll put some more back. So when that observes a signal, we'll give it a delay of 4 ticks. And then that will run signal all the way along here. Back into there. And we'll put maximum tick delay on that one and that side. And that is just to make sure that it's got time for it to set off. And then this should go all the way back to the other side. But because we have a daylight sensor, it's already lit, so it's not going to do anything. So and that is everything done. That's pretty much the flying machine done. Now, we need to make them talk to each other. So as it stands at the moment, this is going to go of its own volition, but when it sets off, we also then need to take a signal downstairs into the pit of doom. So I wonder if this route is probably the best way down into it, because it already goes down. So we've got a redstone signal. We should probably take it down on more permanent blocks then. So that is a redstone block, that's a redstone block. So if we put double slab there, just so we know it's a redstoney one. That can be a temporary block because it doesn't matter, but that is going to be a redstone block. And then we can bring it down to... we can bring that down to there, and then down to here, and then down onto the floor, although theoretically I wonder whether it's better just to get it over here. So if we take this signal, run it along here, which, because that's a half block, I don't think it's going to have any impact. It does have an impact. So, in that case, we're going to have to take the signal around here. And I suppose it doesn't actually matter. So if we do that, and then down, 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 and that's not how to do it. And then I need to put a block underneath that one. Dirt. Block. Because if that was a half slab, the signal wouldn't come down. And then if we take a redstone signal from there, there, Although this needs to be inverted, so if we put a torch here, I already had some torches, couldn't see them for being blind, and then put a block there. Is that right? No. What have I done wrong? I've done something wrong. If we do that, and then that, and put a block there instead. Right, so we've got redstone signal coming down here. When we have redstone signal, thinking out loud here, when we've got redstone signal, it's daytime. When it is daytime, we want this to be running, and that means it is daylight. So, if we get some redstone... So when it is daylight, we want this to be running and therefore this to be unlocked. Oh, I know why it's we've got a redstone signal there. It's because we've got this here. But this doesn't need to be here anymore. And it doesn't need to be on this side because I'm going to have the repeater here. So... if I then put that torch there, then when it is daylight... this is unpowered. However, when it is nighttime, i.e. there's no redstone signal, those are powered, so none of those will go. I'm a genius! And that's... there we are. Right, so it's daytime, so they should be off on their merry way. And I need to put the repeater back there so the flying machine can set off. So that is that. So now the carts will only go when it's daylight. So if I turn this off, there's no redstone signal there. So that's not going to do anything. And also these mine carts aren't going to go anywhere. Great. They'll all block up there because this inverter is powering all of these. So these aren't going to go anywhere. However, the final thing that we need to do is we need an override master switch. And I want the override master switch to be up here somewhere. So what I want the master switch to be is to be no matter what, whether it's day or night, it needs to not give any signal at all. I need, for that, I want a glowstone lamp, just so that I have one. And I want a sign as well, just to remind myself, because I am an idiot. And then, I've got a lever. Theoretically, this should be all we need. So at the moment, if it goes to daylight, it's getting a power, it's getting a signal, everything will set off, and the minecarts are going. Now, if we set it to nighttime, it doesn't make any difference as terms of the functionality of it, because this means when it's nighttime, I've just thought of another issue. But if we have it going with nighttime, then it means that when I sleep, because nighttime isn't going to be a particularly long event, because if I sleep. Right, so it does need to be daylight because it needs to be daylight for as long as possible. Daylight will never be cut short, which means the hopper minecarts will get a chance to do 2 runs if they need to do 2 runs. Because if it was nighttime and I sleep, then everything will set off, but the minecarts might only do 1 run, which means that some of the sugarcane there will potentially still be sat there. So that is what we need to do. And then if I put this on here with a torch, so when that lamp is on, I want this system to be on, and when this system's on, I might need to move this over 1 block actually. So in fact it doesn't matter because I've crafted it now, is that right? Come back. Yes. So I need some slabs there. I need that redstone lamp there. I need a torch here. And if I place that into there, that will block whatever signal we've got. No, that's not what we want. No, we do want it here. I know what I'm doing. Right, so we place that there. lever there. So when it's on, the system is on. When it's off, the system is off. In that is powered, which means that is powered. So irrespective of whether it's day or night time now, there is always power going into it. And as you can see, actually, if I chop and change between them at the moment, it doesn't really make any difference. But if we have that on daytime mode, because this is on, this is being powered, so this isn't going to ever get an update, because we are overriding this signal that it's getting here with this torch. If I turn it off, you'll notice that we'll end up getting a... but that is getting a signal from this torch. But that doesn't matter, because if I go and sleep... This is going to be a better demonstration of it. So now that I've slept, there's absolutely no night time, so there will be no power from this. But because this torch is on, this won't set off. So it makes no difference whether we're getting signal or no signal from there. Whereas if that's off, it's getting signal from there because it's daylight. But if I make it now night time, obviously you get the bit of an update. So while this torch is on, and this definitely needs to be a repeater. Which means that this is going to need to be a slightly different setup. Otherwise it's going to power itself. So if I do... So if that light is on, that is off, that. So light is on, that is off, so we're not interfering. So the system can run as cycled, whereas that is on, so that is providing a signal. But that repeater stops the signal going back into there and lighting the lamp. Ugh! Head ache. But that is everything sorted, so we now have an automatic sugarcane collector. So when it's daylight, signal will be going down here. These minecarts are going to be able to run backwards and forwards, picking up all the resources that they can and wish during the day. When it is night time, everything will seize up and lock, but we do have this master toggle switch, so when the lamp is on, lamp on equals system on. Let's make that central. Lamp on equals system on. Which I know is pretty self-explanatory, and that's the setup I'm trying to do for all my machines anyway. But while the lamp's on, the system is on. If the lamp is off, the system is off. But that is all functional. I'm going to tidy it up in between episodes because we have made a mess, and I think it took a little bit longer than expected. But that is everything I've got time for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the episode. If you did, leave a like. If you haven't already, do subscribe to stay up to date with this and some hardcore survival with more series coming soon. Look, it's ready to go. From the 1st of April, we will... not from the 1st of April, from the 1st of May, there will be new series coming out. But that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Oh, and while I remember, look at all these extra villagers. Next episode. See you later.